Hello, everybody. Clay here, Cardboard Empires. Welcome back. I hope you like that thumbnail. If you stick around to the end of the video, I'm going to put a little video in of my wife modeling that thumbnail for me. So I hope you enjoy that. No tool of the day today either, by the way. I'm too lazy to go and pick one out. It's like asking me to pick my favorite child. It takes a little bit of time for me to go through and like, oh, this one's cool. Is this, it takes some time. So I'm being lazy today. But we're going to talk about the Pokemon panic. I've seen a lot of videos, and I'm sure you have too, alluding to the fact that the Pokemon prices are dropping through the floor. I've seen headlines implying that Pokemon is falling out of favor with people. It's no longer the cool thing. And I've been kind of trying to stay away from this topic, but I have a different take on it. So I thought I'd throw my hat in the ring. First and foremost, I think that this is more of a case of, if you want to accept that Pokemon prices are falling to the floor, that this is a case of be careful what you ask for. These videos get a lot of views, not my videos, but the videos with the salacious headlines and the clickbaity thumbnails. They get a lot of views. In the Pokemon community, a video with 10,000 views in like a week, that's a darn near viral video in the small little niche of Pokemon. They get a lot of views, and the comments section usually is about the same. It's people saying, "Oh, Pokemon prices aren't dropping. There's nothing to worry about. Now's the time to buy the dip." And I agree with a lot of those sentiments, but the same people in those comment sections are the people who were in the comment sections a month ago, 2 months ago, when videos were coming out about prices are going through the roof. And man, can you believe all these market movements in the Pokemon card market? Those are the same people saying, I can't wait till prices fall. I'm just going to buy when all the prices fall. First of all, obviously that's not necessarily true, because if the prices were falling and these people were now stepping into buy, the prices would be going back up. So I call BS a little bit on all those keyboard warriors who were in the comment sections a month ago saying, I'm going to wait till the prices fall because that's going to be my time to buy. I can't wait until all these scalpers get out of the market because that's when I'm going to step in. Okay, we'll see. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're going to wait, I don't know, until the prices fall a little bit more, and that's, I don't know. I'm not seeing it. So this is like a be careful what you ask for thing. And in life, this happens all the time. I wanted a wife and a lot of kids, and now I have a wife and a lot of kids, and kids take a lot of energy and money and attention, and my wife wants more kids, and we need bigger and new houses and all this stuff. So be careful what you ask for. One thing that I really, really want to drive home right now, and this has been a very big factor in my life, and I'm sure you've heard this cliche, but we're going to break it down. It's watch what people do, not as much as listening to what they say. This has been key in my life, and I'm going to explain why and how this relates to the Pokemon market. When it comes to making money or starting businesses or running businesses, there are a lot of knowledgeable people in the world. There's also a lot of idiots. There's a lot of people with bad opinions, with wrong ideas, who are telling people to do the wrong thing, the opposite of what they should be doing. And that exists in the Pokemon world too. There's a lot of videos of people who are knowledgeable people saying things that are incorrect. Maybe, I don't want to imply malicious intent. So maybe at that moment that they were making the video, they were buying all in to what they were saying. Or maybe they're not even saying anything. Maybe they're just showing you things. Maybe they're just showing you a stack of cards they just bought. And so they're not saying you should buy these cards. They're just showing you, look at all these cool cards I just bought. the key takeaway from those videos is not necessarily what they're saying. You should be looking at these people as business people, as content creators, and thinking about what they are doing. What is your goal? Is your goal in Pokemon, in business, wherever, to make money? Okay, that's a fine goal to have. So if you're watching these content creators in order to get ideas about how to make money, business ideas, you shouldn't really be listening to what they're saying. You should be paying attention to what they're doing. Now, I could sit here all day and say, this Tyranitar is a crazy awesome investment opportunity. This Tyranitar, if you buy 7,000 of these Tyranitars, you will be able to retire in 6 months. I could say that, and you could listen to me say that, but you could also look behind me and think to yourself, okay, he's saying something about this Tyranitar, but what is he doing? What is he doing? What is his business doing? His business is selling retail products to a retail market. His business is not selling shelves and shelves of Tyranitars. And this is something that I think gets lost on a lot of people because there are a lot of idiots out there. Oh my God. This is one of the reasons, and this is a side tangent, this is one of the reasons why I'm sure the stock market is going to crash. I don't know, soon, hopefully not soon, because I haven't been pulling my money out. But man, it's looking pretty grim out there for the stock market. You think back to the days right before the great crash in the 1920s. And one of the biggest things that people from back then used to say is, yeah, back then, before the crash, everybody had a stock pick. Everybody knew the hottest stock to pick. Like people, like Wall Street guys would joke like, yeah, I would go down to my barber and my barber would give me a hot stock tip that I would make a bunch of money off of. Everybody knew everything about the stock market. What does that sound like to you? To me, that sounds like exactly what's going on right now. You turn on TikTok and every 19-year-old who has who put $1,000 in the stock market and now has $5,000 is here to teach you how to trade stocks. It's ridiculous. And that also goes into this idea of watch what people do and not what they say. A lot of these content creators who make really great videos, they're not being totally honest. Some are, some aren't. Some are telling you about cards and collections and buying things, and they're getting 50,000, 100,000 views on their videos. So maybe some of these content creators are not making money with the Pokemon cards that they're buying and selling. The bulk of their money is coming from the videos. Or at the very least, they're using the money from the video to offset the losses or potential losses from the Pokemon acquisitions. I'm not willing to go out on a limb and say that this is exactly what's happening with this guy. I'm just saying be open to inspecting and thinking about what people are actually doing when the camera is off. The video that you watch should just be the first step. So I just made a video yesterday about Kwame Brown and the potential of his sports card being a coveted sports card in the future. Not because he was a particularly noteworthy basketball player, but because of his social impact, because of he's gathering a crowd around him of people who are upset with the NBA and the way that sports commentators treat NBA players and that whole kind of subculture there. There's a lot of people paying attention. There's a lot of people liking his message. He's touching a lot of people. And for that reason, I think that in the future, the card will go up. But what I said was, I bought one. I bought one card. Maybe it'll work out. Maybe it won't. But you should also be paying attention to what I'm doing because I'm not sitting in a room full of sports cards, right? I'm sitting in a room full of Pokemon cards and other TCGs. So use that information as a jumping off point. Maybe stick it in the back of your brain. Maybe don't listen to it at all. but understand where the information is coming from, who I am, what I do, where I make the bulk of my money in the TCG world. By the way, the money that I make from selling cards is not money that I live off of. So that's another important thing. If you want to think about somebody who makes a living selling Pokemon cards, think about Mason. Mason with his game store. He makes a living selling Pokemon cards. So if that's the route you want to go, then that's the route you want to go. You want to pay attention to what he's doing and what he's saying and how to implement that in your life. I just get off on this tangent because there are so many people that are giving really big, bad advice, and they should not be. And it does worry me a little bit. It worries me to see things like that because I think, God, how many people are following this advice, and what position are they going to be in the future because of it? How I feel about the Pokemon market in general, though, I think it's doing fine. This is all to be expected. Was this not to be expected? There have been videos and videos. I've made videos saying that the Pokemon market is going to come down. It is overheated right now, or it was. This is unsustainable. We were in a market where everybody was a seller. Everybody was a flipper. There were hardly any collectors. There was no tournament play going on because of the virus. We were in a obvious bubble because everybody was a flipper. Everybody was getting rich quick. The thing with the Pokemon market is somebody has to be the end consumer. The product has to end somewhere. It can't just be all like a short-term, one-day flip. It has to go somewhere. And we're seeing that reversal now. We're seeing the short-term flippers, the fast money bros step out, probably back into the sports market. And that's going to cool off a lot of prices. And we should be thankful for that. A general rule in collectibles is collectibles, they track on like a 10, 20-year cycle, depending on what collectible it is. And I know other people have said this, and I'm sure you've probably heard this too, but that doesn't mean buy into the top of the market when everything's going hot. That means things are going to go hot for a short period of time, and then they're going to cool off. And 10 years later, or 20 years later, they're going to heat back up. But in the meantime, it's going to get pretty cold. Now, that's not what I'm saying is happening in the market right now. I don't know what's happening in the market right now. To me, it just seems like a minor correction. It seems like things are falling back into more comfortable places for me when I look at the prices in the Pokemon card market. They make more sense than they did 3 months ago. I guess we'll all have to wait and see. The other thing, I mean, there's so many contributing factors here. It's the summertime, guys. Stores around the country are starting to reopen. People are getting, I mean, you see this golden hue on my skin here, this beautiful tan. This is from being out in the sun. Yes, I do once in a while leave this room. And people are not able to just singularly focus on one thing anymore. Like Pokemon cards. That drum isn't necessarily beating constantly in everybody's heads. Life is going on. And that's a good thing. People will come back to the hobby. The winter, the colder times of the year, always a popular time. Christmas, always a great time to be a seller. You want to talk about other contributing factors? Think about the stimulus money. It's all but gone now. It's dried up. People don't have these big checks coming in the mailbox. I mean, maybe they will with their tax refunds now, but people aren't out there throwing free tendies on eBay as much anymore. So the Pokemon market is going through more of a correction, but I don't think, the general message and the bigger idea is don't worry about it. If you find yourself kind of getting trapped in some of these things, you just pay tuition right? That's how I look at it. When I've lost tons of money in the stock market, mostly when I was younger, tens of thousands of dollars. And the way I look at it is that was me paying tuition to Wall Street University, so that now I know how to invest my money and I know how to make money. And I've made that money back in multiples. But I had to pay the tuition to get the education so that I can be here now 15 years later, and I know what I'm doing, how to do it, and how to successfully continue to do it. I know how to do it safe. I know how, to think in terms of legitimate time horizons. So if you find yourself getting trapped in some of these things, I would advise maybe don't let it scare you off from Pokemon as a whole, but let it be a lesson. Let it serve as a learning opportunity. What did I do that was wrong? What should I have done? What could I have done that would have been right? Because not all cards are dropping in price. Not everything in the Pokemon world is made equal. Some things are really booming. Modern is still doing pretty darn well. WotC is cooling. But as things open back up and we get back to the business of life, all the markets are going to cool off. People are going to be spending more money on the gas to put in their boats on the weekends. Go out and live life and have friends and chase girls and all that good stuff. People will come and people will go. Are you here for the long haul or not? That's the question. Having these realistic ideas of what you're here to do and why you're here to do it, that should be, that's a valuable first step in any process in life. What am I here to do? In Pokemon, I'm not here to be a collector. I'm here to run a business. Why am I running a business? I'm running a business because I have a family to take care of. I have things in my life that I need money for. That's why I have a business. And understanding that helps me, and I believe it will help anybody who kind of adopts this idea. It helps me keep my eyes set on the goal. It keeps me driving forward. And, when it's all said and done, that's what I wish for everybody out there in the world. That you always have your eyes set on a goal. And you're always advancing towards it and accomplishing it. And once you accomplish it, you set the new goal and you forge a path to that new goal. It's the best way to live life. Let me know how you guys feel about the Pokemon card market. I'm not scared. Obviously, I'm not scared. It's just it's a natural part of a market, market shift up and down. Thanks for watching. As always, I'll catch you next time. Can you do me a favor and make a shocked face? Like put your hands on your cheeks. Well, yeah, put your straps up, please.
They keep falling down.
All right, make a shocked face. Like a little further back. It looks like you're shouting at me. Your hands, like on your cheeks. There you go. Yeah, mouth open, shocked face.
Why? What am I looking at right now?
The camera, preferably. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And you look ridiculous. All right. I think that's good.